Somebody else who has been in trouble this weekend or was also the talk of the town is Nviiri. He announced that he's left Soul Generation. And one of his manager is Maisha, who is also his girlfriend. And everyone was just like, business and pleasure. We don't see that working out. I don't know how you guys feel about that situation.
Are they suggesting that it's like a Yoko Ono thing? Like she is the reason why he left? Or?
No. They're saying like it could get ugly because it's personal relationship mixing with business relationship.
Hold on, but isn't like most of the guys on
Sauti Soul managed by their
women?
Yeah.
I think so.
So now I want to hear.
Actually, I never thought about that, but
yeah,
okay.
Actually, yes.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about business and pleasure? Do you think that's a thing that could work?
If you have all the documents and whatever in order, it can work.
No, I think you're being way too pragmatic. In theory, absolutely what you're saying, because that's how all business works. So you're just talking about business in general. What she's talking about is very specific, and that has to do with relations.
Exactly.
So when you take relations into account, no, I think it absolutely can. No, it can. I don't think that it doesn't have to, but human beings tend to have a very hard time being pragmatic when they're bumping uglies. Okay? So, like, life is already complicated, and sex
complicates it so much
further.
More. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It really depends on where people's mindset is. So like how I think about that is that it has so much to do with who you are as an individual, individually, literally, coupled with now also how does your relationship work?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, have you always been in a space whereby, and I don't know them enough to be able, to say anything.
Speaking from the outside looking in.
Looking in. So I have no idea. I mean, I didn't even know that this was a topic or that this happened. But like that has so much now to do with like who they are and how they stand. As like
individuals.
And as an entity, right? As their own individual entities. And then now how they come together and what that looks like. And that has everything to do with from, quite frankly, in the bedroom to outside in the bedroom, speaking from
communication and stuff.
Speaking from grown folk level.
Communication has to be top tier. I just feel like your personal relationship with someone doesn't have to interfere with the business relationship. I've worked with so many people that I don't give a fuck about. But like, if the bag is not getting fucked up,
do you get what I'm saying? You really don't care. But like that, and that's what makes sex such an interesting thing and such an interesting layer to business.
Yes.
Because sex is extraordinary. There's nothing more personal than sex. It's not just viewing the person naked. It's getting naked with them and intertwining. Like that's a whole different level of shit.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So that's gonna have a lot. That's gonna have a lot to do with
learning today.
Facts.
Didn't know nothing about sex.
And from my personal experience, I feel like even let's say I had relations with somebody and we were doing business together, even after the relations are done, I'm always open to still continue if we had a good business relationship. But what I've learned from my personal experience is the men usually just be like, if I'm not fucking you, then we're not doing business.
Very interesting.
When we're talking about fragile male egos, that's how it comes into play. And it's like, because we're not personal, now the business has to be messed up. And I think that's what I'm not really cool with.
I mean, Ruby, you're touching on a big subject that like goes across, like this spans across, unfortunately, a lot of different things outside of podcasting, because I have heard from so many women that it's been a thing of, okay, you want the job? And all of a sudden, like they're on, like it's black couch casting. Right? It can get really ugly and disgusting. Yeah.
Honestly,
it's nasty.
I feel like
I want to laugh, but it's not funny. It's very demeaning.
Yeah, it's
embarrassing. It's painful. Because it's black couch casting. You don't know what that means. Okay, when you're in the industry, you know what that means. It's a very industry term for those who don't know. Black couch casting is when it's a very old term, sadly, and it also goes to show that it spans race, religion, geography. It means when the actress wants the job, the director, who's traditionally male, will be like, well, you got to fuck me to get the job. And it's a really ugly place. I mean, I've even had people not like essentially try and trick me, the really nasty producer, try and trick me into some bullshit.
Honestly,
and I was like, are you normal? Like, do you think I don't know what you're into?
It's really
like,
not cute.
It's not, and it's not funny. And it's a very demeaning and awkward place to be in, and it's not nice.
Hold on, let me ask you, like, because I know...
It's a power thing also.
It's a power thing.
Play.
It's absolutely a... Clock it.
It's power play.
Because it's 100 trillion %
I have
power
something
play.
that you want, and you got something that I want. So for both of us to get these things that we both want, honestly, I don't feel like there's anything wrong with like maybe a director saying, all right, I really like you, let me take you out. But telling me the next role
I disagree with you, and I think that's already...
Okay.
I think that's absolutely crossing boundaries. Of course, you could not want to go out with that director. And
I'm not saying for the job. Like, let's say we've established a relationship. Like, we've been on set. We spent so many hours on set.
I mean,
whatever.
I mean, but even that. But then you see,
it can get tricky.
Business and pleasure,
right?
And then and a director and an actor,
they're not on the same level of power.
They're not.
Yeah.
So that again, that's why I don't agree with it. It again becomes a very weird space.
I do agree with that. I'm just operating. Maybe then I'm speaking of it from like,
if you're mutually interested, yes, and you're mutually interested, perhaps
I'll be like, even in my talking stages, I'll be like, what are you hoping to get out of this talking stage? Is it ass? Is it relationship? Is it friendship? So I know from the get-go, don't be out here chatting to me for 6 weeks because you just wanted to tap.
Right.
Tell me week one so we stop wasting each other's time. If I'm down to fuck, I'll say yes. If I'm not down to fuck, cut this whatever out. I'm just saying, no, like I feel like a lot of time will be saved when people are very forthright with each other from the very beginning.
That's why you said communication is key.
Exactly. It's all about communication. I feel like for Nviiri, right now, the reason the streets were going crazy is because he formally made the announcement, but I think this girl has been managing him for a while now. And I
know they've been together for a little mini minute.
Yeah, and I think I was at a meeting last year when this girl was already in the room before they had announced that he was leaving, and like that was the manager.
Yeah.
That was the manager.